Okay, so now we've got our index set up, and in our case, we're using our patient ID that we've got in the data. We can select certain rows and columns in our data frame, and this is known as indexing in Pandas. So you'll hear a lot about you need to index something in Pandas data frame. What that means is I want to select a certain column or a certain row. And so let's have a look at some examples of indexing in action. Let's say we wanted to retrieve a particular column from a Pandas data frame. Then let's say we've got in our data name, flu vaccine, age, and county. Let's say I wanted to grab the name column. I simply give the name of the data frame, and then open my square brackets and provide the name of the column I want. I pass that in as a string because they're stored as strings, the column names. So in this case, I put df name, and that will pass back the name column. You'll notice also that the index is always returned to, so that always gets passed back, even if you didn't ask for it. So just be aware of that. We can, as well as just retrieving one column, we can actually retrieve multiple columns at the same time. And we do that simply by passing in a list. So here we have a kind of nested square bracket. So we have the outer square brackets, and then inside that we pass in a list of column names. So here I want name and county. So that will pass me back from this data, the name column and the county column. Really easy. We can also get a specific row, and we can do that by providing the index value. That's why it's there. And so we've set our index to be the patient ID. And so we can use the lock method, which stands for locate. And if we say df, so the name of the data frame, dot, and then the locate, loc, the locate method, and then open our square brackets, and then provide the index value that we're trying to look up. So in this case, if I provided 90154, well, that's Alfred in Devon, and so that will bring back this entry: name Alfred, flu vaccine no, age 71, county Devon. Okay, really easy. And again, I can retrieve multiple rows, much in the same way I can retrieve multiple columns, by doing the same thing. I pass in a list of the indices that I want returned. And so in this case, I've passed in 2 indices, and so I get these 2 patients back as a data frame. I can do both at the same time. I can say I want these particular rows for these particular records, and but I only want to see these columns. I don't need to see the whole data frame. So here I want the records for these 2 patients, but I only want to see their name and county. And again, out pops a little mini data frame which has that information. And it's important to state whenever it passes it back, it's passing back a data frame itself.